Ladies and gentlemen, so far, statistics reveals that from Chibok to Jangede, 1,140 students have been abducted in 7 years, with some of them either killed, forcefully married away, maimed, or remain traumatized even after regaining freedom. The banditry and the attendant horror being visited on our schools, if not urgently addressed, frankly and frontally, will not only instill psychological fear on the students, which is capable of creating a disconnect in our educational system with grievous implications on national development. In view of the above, it is logical to acknowledge here that our dear country is indeed passing through unprecedented security challenges that seem to have defied prescribed and conventional solutions. However, as serious as the situation may be, this is not the best of time to either trade blame or embark on divisive tendencies. Rather, our collective commitment should be on how all and sundry can come together and form a strong bond against banditry and terrorism under any guise. Peace Corps of Nigeria urges the federal government to urgently come up with conscious and deliberate policies geared towards protecting, securing, and safeguarding our institutions of learning from further attacks by the marauding bandits. I want to tell you that since we came into existence till date, there is no state government that have supported us. And funny enough, last year we wrote a proposal to Katsina government, let me come out and let you know what happened in November, December. And we told them that, look, with the insecurity, we want Peace Corps to be posted to the schools. Let us secure the school environment, and we gave a graphic picture of what we are to do in schools. A situation whereby bandits will attack school for hours and will be shipping our students out from school with nobody reporting is even more dangerous. So we recommended that once we have our officer posted to school, because we got the approval from the Federal Ministry of Education for more than 5 years now to post our officer, but when it comes to issue of payment or stipend, most of the school tell you they don't have nothing. But incidentally, what is alleged to be paid to some of these kidnappers or bandits, like what happened in Safara, if it is true that amount of money is given in Katsina, is enough to pay 5,000 officers posted to schools for a year plus. This is where we want the sound reasoning to prevail. So I won't say we have gotten any good partnership from, and it could be because of the security interference into our program. That is why some of the state governors, they are being conscious in relating with us. But then, if you are doing what is right, and all legal documents are available, recognition for federal men from UN, from African Union, at least with what is happening now, it is better for governors to mobilize the unemployed. You can see a lady was explaining on channel television this morning. And what was the lady that regained freedom saying? That these people, they were recounting their ordeal, how politicians use them and abandon them. And because of that, what they are doing is like a payback. I know there's no justification in criminality for whatever reason. But if we have substantial number of these youth trained, engaged, coordinated, posted to schools and colleges or across our street, honestly, as they are giving intelligent incident report or movement around the street, crime situation will reduce. The issue of crime and criminality is something that is dynamic in nature. It grows as the society grows. Changes that we witness in society, by and large, also affect the security of every nation. Right from when our bill was at the National Assembly, we made it very clear that the differences, the missing link, aside from our other aspects, is the issue of neighborhood watch. And I have taken time to let gentlemen of the press know that we have been to a country during Summit. I think I saw some of you there in Brazil. whereby every street, you have a body of young men that were trained and are currently manning the streets. They said if you go to America today, particularly New York, that is densely populated, every street you have security people observing the streets. Therefore, if we have Peace Corps in place, empowered and institutionalized, and we have these young men and women, mostly graduate trained, and assigned to their respective neighborhood, even every street in Nigeria, for the sole purpose of reporting security situation, incidences that is capable of bleaching the peace and security of this country, you get to know that drastically the crime situation will reduce. What we are doing now, we are doing a whole lot of security while government is investing huge resources. But I feel that we have to go beyond resources. Because as expressed is on one platform that if you like, let us mount armor tank on every street in Nigeria. As long as unemployment continue to escalate, as long as poverty continue to ravage the land, be less assured that it will get to a point that even the unemployed will go and even start stealing the part from that armor tank. So the best thing is to engage the teeming unemployed youth, empower them, engage them whereby they themselves will take the responsibility of reporting crime situation, though not armed, to the security agencies. Some people may want to ask, with the state of economy, I would prefer, just like a popular peace advocate rightly stated, that when you spend more during peacetime, you spend less during wartime. What we are passing through now is more or less like wartime, because even before stepping down now, case of 5 people being killed, a lot injured, still reoccur between last night and this morning. So if we are waiting for it to happen and we deploy security to go there, it's being reactive. Rather, we should take every measure to be very preemptive in our approach to security, and that is why Peace Corps rightly comes in. There's no any challenges per se. The bill was passed by the 8th National Assembly, transmitted to Mr. President for assent. But if you recall, on the validatory day of the 8th Assembly, they said some of the bills that were either passed, transmitted to the President for assent, but assent was declined, or those that were not completed before they came to before their session came to an end, that they are going to compile the list of those bills and hand over to the 9th National Assembly for the issue to be revisited.